Hi, I'm Eleanor. Welcome to MotorMatters, your favorite channel for everything motoring in South Africa. The latest, the greatest, the newest, and the best in our local motoring. And I have to ask you whether you subscribe to the channel yet or not. If not, hit that button right now so you can stay up to date on everything we publish on a very regular basis. You may remember a couple of weeks ago we had the Mini Countryman on test, and I kept saying, it's a Mini, but how can it be this big? Well, here's your quintessential Mini for you. The original new Mini, can I call it that? And it's the three-door version, so it's the closest to the absolute original. And let me tell you, believe me, it's got the character. It's got the personality, and it's got everything that made Mini right from 1959. Just look at these headlights over here. Egg shape, I think they sometimes refer to them, with a daytime running light that runs around there. How's that for a feature? I mean, it just looks so distinctive in every respect. You've got this bright yellow bodywork with a white roof, white mirrors. It's little touches like that. Now, remember, of course, that Mini is one of the most customizable cars you can get. So color schemes, matching, things like that, you can choose, you can change, you can option, you can do what you want with this car, and that's part of the fun. 17-inch black alloy wheels over there, and look at the cladding around the wheel arches and down the bottom of the doors, for example. Now, take into account that this is the baby of the range. The C, they call it, and the two-door or three-door, call it what you want. So it's powered by a 1.5-litre three-cylinder turbo petrol engine, giving you a very nice 115 kilowatts, 213 newton meters of torque, 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, all standard, driving the front wheels. Where it is a Mini, and that's whether it works for you or not, is, have a look here. Driver's seat set for me. Flip the lever and push the seat slightly forward for access to the rear seat. But boy, oh boy, it's limited. It is limited. Legroom especially, I've got to put it that way. And you can see they made sure you can only put two people in the back seat there as well, with that big hump in the center. So yes, it is limited in that sense. But that's what a Mini is about, and you buy one because it suits you and because it's practical for you. You won't buy one for any other reason. You come around to the back over here, you've got the spoiler built in over the top over there. Look at these tail lights. They really are interesting. The shape over there, sort of triangular, and there's Union Jacks built in there as well if you look at them in the right way and from the right angle. It's all little things and little features like that. Interestingly, although you've got a little spoiler diffuser down at the bottom, note there's no exhausts, showing, well, that's just a modern thing. And I'm afraid you've got to lift the boot by yourself. Lots of effort, isn't it? There's a board over there. So there is a dual height, can I call it that way? But there's no spare wheel under there. There's a mobility kit. Are we going to dare do the Allen test on this car? There's a little shelf over there. I'm kind of trying to hold that board over there. And let me tell you, this is what I call limited. Ow, this is a half Allen boot. I'm afraid I can't give it any more than a half Allen. You can see I'm even struggling. I don't think you could close the door safely with me in here. But it's not what it's for. It's not what this car is about. It really isn't. And if you don't understand that, I'm afraid you've missed the message of the Mini. Because this car is just fun with a capital F. Let's show it to you on the road. Let's show it to you inside.
Hi Al, how are you doing?
Lekker, Laurie. How's it, pal?
No, good. We out doing a bit of a cruise again today.
Yeah, because I got Laurie to buy me lunch today.
Yeah, it was my turn, eh? My turn.
Yeah.
Because I was a little bit behind the eight ball there. I'd fallen behind.
Yeah, well, buddies are buddies.
Yeah, exactly.
Matter, right?
So we are here in the Mini Cooper, eh?
Mini Cooper. Okay.
I said Cooper.
Yeah, no, not the S. That's what I'm saying, because otherwise you've got to emphasize the S on
the
bigger brother. But I mean, you get the two engine options.
Yeah.
Simple as that. This is the 1.5 three-cylinder, 115 kilowatts, 230 newton meters.
Yeah.
Or you get big brother, same body, same everything else, 2-litre four-cylinder, 150, 300.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this little thing can go. It says giddy up when you want it to.
Especially when you put it into go-kart mode.
It's got the go-kart mode right there. It's got
I mean, how's this thing, eh?
quintessential little infotainment board there. I don't know.
You know what I referred to it recently? Don't you think it looks like an old LP record?
It certainly does.
And it's about the right size.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got that's where you see the on. There's no button to press to start the engine. You twist it there, and that's your gear shift.
Okay, wow,
which is very different.
That is very different.
Seriously different.
And this is a 3-door, eh?
3-door, so it is the closest to original what Mini was designed by. Let me quote this to you: Sir Alec Isagonis, who designed the original Mini in 1959.
Look at Mr.
that?
Wikipedia here.
Why do you think I'm showing off for a change?
I tell you, man, what can you say?
Yeah.
And tell me, what kind of pricing you're looking at here?
Just over 600 for this one, obviously depending on spec level, etc., etc. So look, it ain't a cheap car.
Yeah, and I see, okay, just going onto the bonnet there. I'm not too sure if the viewers can see it, but it's yellow and black, so a very nice colour.
With a white roof.
Yeah.
Okay, so
nice.
Your typical Mini where you've got a lot of customization, a lot of options, a lot of boxes you can tick. By the way, listen, you got to just show this chunky little steering wheel, eh? How's this wheel? It just sits in your hand so lekker.
Yeah, so just going to have to apologise to the viewers because it is very bumpy in the car at the moment.
Yeah, look, it's a slightly hardish ride. We're on a freeway, it should be okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? This car just spells fun.
Yeah, just looking in the rear there, not as much room as you would have in a sort of a little SUV, but it's not too bad.
But this is not what this car is about.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a 2-door, 2-seater plus kind of a little bit of extra in the back. But I don't know. I wouldn't like to travel even me in the back of this car on a long trip.
Yeah, sure.
But it's not for that. But Laurie, hey, we'll show the rest of the car. We'll obviously do the Allen test even on this one. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Ciao.
Later.
Now, as I've said about the 3-door Mini, this is in my book the one that's truest to the original Mini personality, the original Mini character. Now, so you're in normal mode, you've got the blue on the screen, you've got the blue ambient lighting, so behind this fabric on the dashboard, which really looks interesting, looks amazing. And then when I go to, it's not the mode switch, it's the experience switch they call it, and I flip it twice, it goes to go. You hear that? Yeah, into go-kart mode. But not only does it adjust the throttle settings and a few other settings, look at the screen and look how the lighting now on the dash has gone red. As in, I'm in play mood, I'm in mean mood, I'm in whatever mood you want to call it. But it's just incredible how you can change the mood of the car by flicking that little toggle switch that Mini have, of course. That's also a distinctive feature. Just had to show you this with a little night drive.
Jumping in behind the wheel, I'll show you exactly nothing. Because there's no instrumentation in front of me in this car. It's across there, but we'll get to it now. But what you do have, of course, is your cruise control over there on the wheel, all your other controls over there on the wheel, and you've got this very unusual almost strap over there at the bottom of this incredibly chunky little steering wheel. So again, it just proves to you different. Lots of things about this car are different. For example, there's no push button to start. There's a little switch to start the engine. And look at what you get on the graphics on. That is your infotainment, instrumentation, everything screen, your one and only place you have as a screen. So now, for example, I press that button, and it goes into navigation. I press there, it goes home. I think you get the point I'm making. And you've got various functions. The one function I cannot find on this car is where to get my fuel consumption figures. Sorry, I just can't find it, folks. I apologize, and I'd love to find it sometime. Mini, please talk to me and let me know where it is. Now, coming back down over here, I showed you that's how you start and switch off. This is the gear shift. Down for drive, up for reverse, press for park. Simple as that. Doesn't give you a manual option, interestingly, and I found that really interesting. So there's no manual override option, but okay. And then this over here, of course, this little toggle switch, which is experiences. In most cases, of course, they would call that the mode, which would give you sport mode, etc. Except Mini don't work with those. Look here. If you go down, you get, Vivid. I didn't see that before. But look at that. And it gives you a sound effect with it, right? But that's there. If you go up and you go up again, you get green or eco mode. You get core mode, which is your standard. And then look here. As soon as I get it there, go-kart, i.e., did you hear that? Woohoo! Yeah, that's what it's telling you. And look at the difference you get on that instrumentation now. It just says this is the fun mode. It adjusts the handling, it adjusts the mapping, it adjusts lots of things just to turn this into even more of a fun car. But that term go-kart just says it all in every respect. And you'll have seen earlier in the video how even the ambient lighting changes. Talking about the ambient lighting, this is such an unusual treatment on the dashboard. I can't even explain what it is, but it is just so different, so mini. You've got these really nice seats. Look how they've got bolstering to hug you, to hold you in place, with Mini, of course, branded on there over there. And I showed you the back seat earlier. What I didn't mention to you is you can drop the back seats if you really need to carry a load, and there's only 2 of you on board. So yes, just keep that in mind. You get 7 airbags with this car as well, so safety is definitely a priority and a feature. You've got blind spot warning and a number of those other items. Also got a nice spot over here, very unusual for your cell phone with inductive charging. So that works over there, and your USBs are all the way up there. So it's got all the things you need and all the features you want. Now, of course, the critical thing is pricing. Well, the C, as they call it, 3-door, which means the 1.5, starts at 602,000 Rand. That includes, of course, Mini stroke BMW's 5-year, 100,000 kilometer full maintenance plan. My only conundrum comes in with one thing. For 44,000 Rand more, when you're spending 600, you can get the Cooper S, which goes up the 2-liter engine, 150 kilowatts and 300 newton meters of torque. So extra 35 kilowatts and 70 newton meters. You don't need it because, let me tell you, for the size, body, etc., this car's fun enough to drive. But for that difference in money, I would kind of think I'm shortchanging myself a little bit if I went for this version. It's really up to you. I'm talking myself. Obviously, as a motoring journo, I always want the one with more power. This one, as I said, is still fun with a capital F to drive. It's a very specific car, very specific market. You can see the quality. You can see the quality of the fixtures, the fittings, how it's put together, the BMW backing and all those features. So you can't compare it, whether it's price-wise or anything else, to much else on the market. If you don't understand that, you just don't get it. I think it's as simple as that. I love it. I've got to tell you, maybe a bright yellow one wouldn't be my choice, but I could see myself behind the wheel of a car like this, just because it's such fun. For MotorMatters, I'm Eleanor. See you next time.